Alright, welcome to Falcon Blues TV, and Joe's going to stoop because this camera's a bit too high. Everton won, West Ham won, and I'm delighted to be joined by Joe Parkinson for the match review tonight. Joe, thank you for joining me.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
Got an evening at the Falcon as well, which we're looking forward to, but before we do that, let's talk about today's game.
Yeah, it was a strange one. I was really excited about it, and to be fair, I thought there was quite a strange atmosphere. The fans were, I think, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
It didn't really, come through, did it? And I think in the end, we would have been pleased with a 1-1 draw, and yet we could have won it with a virtually last kick of the game, couldn't we?
There's a lot of, I would say there's a lot of talking points, but there isn't. It was just, the referee is the talking point, I think, today.
Yeah.
It was just, we were waiting, there was almost points where, I know you're saying we were waiting for things to happen, we were waiting for the referee to blow up for silly little fouls, little knocks and things like that, and especially for Paqueta, who just didn't want to stay on his feet.
No, I know, he was waiting for the fouls, wasn't he? And unfortunately we went into his trap, didn't we? But yeah, I think the penalty, as soon as it happened, I thought he'd kicked the floor there. I was sat next to Barry on, and he said the same straight away, so I wasn't surprised at that. Chances wise, yeah, not too much. I think the substitutions late on,
yeah,
he seemed to take quite a while to try and get the winger on early, and then they went and scored. But then, we made a triple substitution, didn't we? And the forwards, I thought Chimichi especially, he had a couple of little chances, like got his shots off, keeping making good saves. But we were at them a little bit more. And they're a half decent side, aren't they? They've got their new manager, and they're playing a different style of football. So yeah, before the game, I probably wanted a comfortable win, and I predicted that. But in the end, I was happy with the draw, really. Yeah,
but it just felt like two teams just didn't want to lose.
Yeah,
wasn't it? Wasn't
I think that's probably
that's
probably the right thing, really. Yeah, we didn't want to lose, both of us. I think we're both safe.
Yeah.
Mathematically, I know we're not, but I think we're way too ahead of that. To worry about that. But it's good to be disappointed with a draw, and the football's still a lot better, isn't it, than what we've been used to? So, it's not too much gloom and doom, apart from being disappointed we only got a 1-1 draw.
And then, like you said, that makes an absolute world of difference. That makes you actually want to go. Like we were saying in the car, this makes you want to actually still go to the match now and not be disappointed. It's been difficult. Listen,
Sean Dyche did great the seasons before and really got us, safe and stabilised us. And conditions he was working in were very difficult, but it was tough them last few couple of months. Really, it was hard, and the change has happened, and the manager was. Personally, even I'm thinking, should a manager come back? Is it right? But what a job he's done. He's been absolutely outstanding. To put Brian at right back, just something as simple as that, or looks simple.
Yeah,
it's been massive for us. He's probably been our best player, I think, since Moyes has come. Scored again today, but the football's so much better. And like we talked about in the car, I don't want to say it's work, but me going to work in the lounges, it was a drag to go and do it, because everyone in the lounges has been down. But now it's quite exciting to go, and everyone's upbeat, aren't they? Even today, we're disappointed with a draw, but everyone's still upbeat. Would
you continue with Moyes going into next season, going into Bramley Moor, or would you?
No, absolutely. Okay. I know a couple of people who are still quite close to the club, and one was going to leave. He'd had enough of people being at the club who don't care about it, but he said it's like a breath of fresh air. Everyone, he knows the club so much, doesn't he? It's probably only Man United could bring him away from the club, which what happened the first time, but he cares and understands what's needed and what the club needs, the fan needs. He's the right man to it. In 2.5 years, I think it was a 2.5 year contract. That's got to be a minimum, hasn't it? He's the right man to take us to a new club, to stabilise, because it's difficult to go to a new stadium. Get everything right. I think Arsenal struggled, unbelievable stadium, but it's not quite the Highbury, and it's not going to be Goodison. So we need to be someone at the helm who knows to just keep everything going and take it from there. See where we're going. 2 years maybe.
So seeing as we're going to be leaving Goodison, what's your abiding memory of before we leave? Have you
God, I've got some great memories inside and out the stadium. In the changing rooms and on the pitch. That's quite difficult, really, and a little bit sentimental, but I think I said it when I went to Wembley, but going out and seeing, you know, my dad in the stand, someone who supported me all that time, is just something you'll never forget. And then the way the fans have been with me.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been invited here tonight, and people thankfully speak really highly of me, but I didn't play that many games, I don't think. So to be held in esteem the way the fans are with me at the moment is probably my highlight of my short career.
Yeah, I think it's the impact that you made on the team, because obviously you came in during the time where we were struggling. You didn't find it as easy yourself.
No, absolutely
but eventually found your feet, and then, you know, you've gone in, you know, the Holy Trinity, the Golden Vision, the Dogs of War. You know, that moniker that you end up, that sticks with you for life, though, Joe, and that's something that Everton and Evertonians will take.
Yeah.
When you see,
and I do as well.
John and Barry.
You know, like people say, and I think the manager himself, Joe Ryle, didn't like it in the end that the talkers about Dogs of War. He said we were better, but we loved it. And like you just said, to say them Holy Trinity and what you just said and put the Dogs of War in that, it's brilliant. I absolutely love it.
That's where it goes, because you know, that's the memories people have got. The FA Cup, the Dogs of War, that period of Everton where, you know, we had a tough tackling midfield team who could play football though, Joe.
Yeah.
You know, I've said this to you myself. You know, it was always seen as the Dogs of War, hard working and whatever, and, you know, always quick to tackle, but you could play.
Yeah. I think so. I'm just one of them guys who doesn't sort of blow my own trumpet or anything like that. I just got on with it, did my best, and played for a club that, you know, if you did them simple things, you run round, you tackled, you know, the fans were right behind you, you know, so, yeah, it's, you know, I'm not going to sing my praises, but to be even thought of in the bracket of, you know, and having a little saying like the Dogs of War it means a lot. It really does. It really does.
Good stuff. Right, well, we'll leave it at that because we're going to have you downstairs.
No, brilliant.
Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you to everyone who does. Up the toffees, Colin Chong. See you in a bit.